Hey y'all, today I'm here with Jimmy and Jada with Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Ride 4 program. So the Ride 4 program is something you're going to see in your ballots come November, and it's something we want you to vote yes for. This is not a new initiative. It's actually something that is building off a past Ride initiative. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that means today. But first I want to get started, let Jimmy and Jada introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about who they are, where they come from, and their roles here at the Chamber.
Yeah, so my name's Jada Hudson. I'm the Public Policy Coordinator at the Chamber. I've been here for about 4 months and I've loved it so far. I'm new to the area, but I'm really enjoying it and really enjoying learning about the area and helping the people and the businesses of the area.
Perfect. Jada has been a blessing to our team here at the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber. My name is Jimmy Gray. I've been here a little bit longer. I've been with the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber for a little over 6 years. My title is Vice President of Public Policy. It's really my job to work with Jada to help implement a pro-business environment at the local, state, and federal levels of government. So we work with our business community as well as our elected officials to help advance pro-business agenda items. Naturally, at the top of that list this year is Ride 4, probably the most important pro-business agenda item that'll be on the ballots of voters this next couple weeks.
For sure. Well, we appreciate having y'all here with us today and helping educate the public a little more than you already have. Y'all are doing a lot in the community, doing a lot of cool things, so we appreciate it. First, we're going to start with a little introduction or overview of what the Ride 4 program actually is, who pays for it. It is a 1% sales tax in the community, but if y'all could cover a little bit about what it actually is.
So the RIDE program has been in place since the 1990s, so it's not a new program, not a new tax in the area. It's really just continuing what we already have going on. RIDE 4 will allow for new revenue to be introduced to the area, so new projects can be implemented and new roads can be built. So it's a 1% sales tax, but realistically, mostly it's paid for by visitors. So about 66% of the revenue generated by it is paid for by visitors. So it really benefits the area, and local residents aren't really having to pay much for it.
It's great information. So 66% of it is currently paid by tourists coming to the area. So if it is not voted for in this ballot coming up, if the folks vote no, who's going to be paying for that difference?
Yeah, so that's a great question that we've heard. So what happens if people vote no on Ride 4? I think that's an important thing to consider. So like Jada mentioned, 66% of the revenue comes from visitors. So visitors are coming here, they're driving on our roads. We're sick of sitting behind those license plates from other states on 501, on 17, on near River Oaks. We've all white-knuckled it driving there. The beauty of the RIDE program is that they're helping pay for the strain of the roads, the visitors. Were it not for the RIDE program, were it not for a local tax on consumption, like staying at a hotel or eating out at a restaurant, which is where the RIDE tax is collected, what you would end up seeing is the roads would still need to get fixed.
Yes.
It's the primary role of government, and local government specifically, is public safety. So the roads would get to a point, and you could argue that they're already at that point, where they would need to be repaired due to a public safety hazard. So local government would need to find revenue somewhere else in order to repair and build new roads that are needed due to the growth and due to the public safety concerns. This is a long answer. No equals a property tax increase, because that's the really only other viable revenue stream that local government will be able to find to build those new roads and upgrade the existing roads. So for those that want to vote no because they are opposed to a tax, a 1% local option sales tax, where 66% of the visitors are paying for it, is a hell of a lot cheaper than the property tax increase that would be levied on the 400,000 residents of Horry County versus the 20 million people that visit Myrtle Beach on an annual basis.
For sure. So if you're a local and you want to save, make sure you vote yes.
That's the gist of it.
Y'all spoke a little bit on what some of the economic impact would be with this and how it affects the community and safety issues that may be a current issue, but we can work on that through infrastructure maintenance and possibly getting some new roads out here, which everyone's screaming about all over Facebook and other social media outlets. But what are some other things y'all can expand on there with what the Ride 4 program could bring to us as a community?
Yeah, definitely. So I think we really see it in this area a lot. We don't like to say the H word, but during hurricane season, it's really important that we can get in and out of the area very quickly. And through this program, by bettering our roads, by building new roads, we'll be able to evacuate easier. And even in the event that there is no hurricane, it will also help with public safety issues like EMS, police having faster response times to make sure that our communities are still safe and have faster responses from our police and EMS.
And speaking of safety, something that Jada's actually studied is public health concerns as it relates to congestion. All those cars sitting on 501 and sitting at River Oaks and International Drive and sitting on 707 near where 31 ends down there. All those cars sitting there idling, yes, it's frustrating because they're wasting time, but there's also a climate impact and an environmental impact to idling cars that Jada's kind of looked at the cost of that to the atmosphere. So there certainly is an environmental impact as well. There's also an economic impact that we should talk about. So as it relates to the business of Horry County and supply chain and moving goods and services in the area, time wasted is time sitting in traffic, and that's a big economic development Achilles heel for us is all that congestion. Some of the new roads that are included in the RIDE program, there are studies that show that tens of thousands of jobs due to new industries that would come to Horry County and the surrounding counties based off of things like interstate access. So improving the roads has not only just peace of mind, benefits of improving your daily commute, which is really what we're focused on there, because that's just very personal, but it also has those public health, public safety, and economic impacts as well.
For sure. So now we can bring more tourism in as well, bringing in more jobs, more tourism, more safety, all important things here. So how many projects do we have on the list right now, and which of those are the most notable?
Yeah, the Ride 4 project list is really expansive, and we have a graphic that we can show your viewers, but you can see from the graphic, it touches every single corner of the county. Every voter in Horry County will have something to benefit from as it relates to where these projects are located. So there's about a little over 20 projects that are on the Ride 4 project list. Each one super important. Jada, you want to touch on a couple of them?
Yeah, so thinking about connecting our county a little bit more, there's a southern connector that will help connect us with the southern part of the county, as well as a new bridge over the Waccamaw River. I'm very excited about that to help alleviate traffic off of 501. And an interstate connector, trying to get home up to the upstate to meet my parents and getting back here, making that commute just a little bit shorter.
And those are really the new projects that folks should really be excited about because they'll reduce congestion on existing roads. But there's also plans in the works to upgrade existing roads. That's a really nice thing. That's a part of the Ride 4 project list. So a big pressure point right now is River Oaks Drive.
Yes.
I don't live there, but a lot of people have the same reaction when I say that. So River Oaks Drive is going to be widened. Good. All the way from 501 to International. Highway 90. So Highway 90, one of the most dangerous roads in the county. There are plans to widen Highway 90 all the way from 501 to Little River.
Growing up, I always heard that Highway 90 was the most dangerous road in the state of South Carolina. I don't know if that was true or...
It might be. How long did it take us to finally get a plan to fix it? That's kind of sad if growing up that was the case.
Yeah, I'm not that old, so...
Okay.
But, yeah, that's great. So, looking at all these factors and knowing that we want to save money as primary our residents to the area, but we also want better infrastructure as we hear and see all the time and feel out on the roads. What's the good way that the community could get involved in this or at least stay up to date on what's going on?
Yeah, the easiest way I think is to go to www.fixhorryroads.com. Very easy to remember. It's on the sign behind us. So if you go to that website, you'll be able to find a lot of the information that we talked about just now. You'll also be able to find news articles, volunteer opportunities, and other reasons on why you should vote yes on this initiative.
Awesome. Y'all have any final takeaways you would like to share with the public?
Yeah, Seth, thank you for doing this, number one. This is
Absolutely.
a huge service to your clients, but more importantly to the entire community. So credit to you for doing this, for getting the word out, and preparing and educating voters about what they'll be seeing when early voting starts in a couple weeks, and then on Election Day on November 5th. Just really the last thing that I would hit on is the actual ballot itself. So when you go in to vote, you're going to obviously vote for president, you'll go vote for state representative, congressional district. There's going to be 2 questions on the ballot. So the first question that you'll see, this is the first question that you'll see, but it'll still be at the very bottom of the ballot, is a state question about dealing with voter registration rules. The very last question is on your ballot, and that's going to be the RIDE program, is the very last question on your ballot. And it's a really long question. It is not a simple, short vote, do you support the RIDE 4 program, yes or no? Unfortunately, the language is incredibly transparent and long, and because it lists out all of the roads that are going to be impacted and touched by this. So don't be alarmed when you get to the bottom of your ballot and you see this monstrosity of a question that's a 1.5 pages long. That is RIDE 4. RIDE 4 is the really long question at the bottom of your ballot. And just save yourself the time. Do not read it. Just vote yes. No. I encourage you to read it, but read it ahead of time. Go to fixhorryroads.com and learn more about what is on that ballot language, because it's really long. It's not as simple as just check yes or no on RIDE 4, but it's too important for us to mess this up.
I appreciate that. So it's fixhorryroads.com. We'll have that link in the bio and caption for social media followers. And we want you to vote yes. Thanks for joining me today, Jimmy, Jada. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you.
Thank you.